Good evening and welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Alex Lord. Tuesday night's game against the Tigers led to a doubleheader because it was postponed because of rain. They waited for 3 hours. It never stopped. Sucks, but we at least got a doubleheader today. But the Braves didn't get an actual win, but they got something much bigger than a win. And Marcell Ozuna, his X-rays came back negative. He is not injured. He's day-to-day. They said he was available to pinch hit. I imagine he'll be in the lineup in the doubleheader. If not one of the games, maybe both of them. Hopefully he is. He's been one of the hottest hitters in baseball with an OPS over 1,000 since the month of May. He's been huge to the lineup. He's playing all-star caliber baseball just like he was in 2020 when he earned that contract extension. And to have him back, and more than anything, just like for the vibes in the dugouts, for the vibes of him, it would have been terrible if he finally figures it out. I know you called him a traffic cone. I think that's a good thing to call him. He was just one of the worst players in all of baseball. Now he figures it out and is starting to find himself again, and then had to go on the IL for a couple months. It would have just been terrible. And who knows if he would have been able to come back and produce at the same level. So it looks like he avoided disaster, and that's a huge, huge win for this Braves team.
Yeah, as always, we have all of this information on the site, sportstalkatl.com. If you prefer to read than listen, it's all on the site. Please go visit it. We have much more information than we just talk about here. And as always, if you missed any of the segments on here, they're all on our YouTube page, Sports Talk ATL. Please go visit. Please subscribe and like. We appreciate all the support. Talk about best case scenario. I mean, we were all hopeful it would be something minor, maybe a week, but he's not probably going to miss any time at all. I don't think any of us imagined it could have been this good. Whenever a batter takes a pitch off the hand, everybody cringes a little bit because it's so easy to break one of those bones in your wrists or hands. And at that point, you could be out 6-8 weeks. And just like you said, Marcell Ozuna's finally turned the corner. He looks like he's having fun. The clubhouse vibes are great. And then this happens. I watched the interview and he looked scared. He was like, he looked scared as if he was like, dang, I finally caught this break and I'm playing good baseball. And then I got dealt this blow. So I think nobody's more relieved than Marcell Ozuna. Obviously, the Braves were probably going to be fine if they missed him. But this is still just best case scenario for the guy.
Yeah. They went. I was super scared. We talked about it yesterday. I thought he was going to be out. I thought there's a good. Listen, you break a wrist. Sometimes you're out for the season. To talk about best case scenario, I thought best case scenario was it's a microfracture because he couldn't take his batting guard off. He went straight to the hospital after the game. I know initial X-rays were negative, but the fact that he was in so much pain and then went to the hospital, they obviously were very concerned about it. So I thought at best case scenario, we get Orlando Arcia, who missed 3 weeks and came back and didn't miss a beat at the plate. I thought that was best case scenario, if not missing 6, 8, or a few months. So we caught a huge break. The Braves are the big winners in all this. Marcell Ozuna is big winners in this, and I'm really excited what he can do the rest of the way because honestly, before all this happened, we were talking about, hey, could Marcell Ozuna sneak into the All-Star game? He's playing good ball, and dude, he's just been unreal, man. Before that hit by pitch, he had a double. His OPS is now way above 800 on the season. The guy he's hitting to all fields. This is the player we thought we were going to sign. This is who he is. And I don't see it slowing down. I think he figured something out, and that's what he's going to be. So to avoid this injury, huge news. I couldn't be happier for the guy. I think he's been great for the team, great for the dugout. They need him in there. I think it would have been a blow to the team morale. I think huge news. I'm very, very, very happy that we avoided disaster here.
Yeah, on the field, we know how valuable he's been. You said it. Since the month of May, he's had an OPS north of 1,000. But off the field, this is the reason why the Braves never gave up on the guy. If he was a locker room cancer, he would have been out of here, right after that DUI. But he's so good with the younger guys. Michael Harris credits Ozuna for his resurgence. Ronald Acuna, looks up to him as like a big brother. Ozuna is a great locker room presence, and it's a big reason why the Braves are so dang good every year. It's because everybody loves each other in that locker room and they want to go out and perform, not only for the Braves, for the fans, but for each other. That's a big factor in all of this. And with that all being said, he should get all-star consideration. I don't know why he's an outfielder. He's not an outfielder. He's a DH. He's been performing better than d'Arnaud, and d'Arnaud's, I think, the third leading vote getter in the NL DH race. And d'Arnaud's not that far behind JD Martinez. Ozuna should be a DH. Irregardless, the guy's been unbelievable. I'm so happy for him that he's had this resurgence. Turn the clock back to 2020. Let's just hope it continues.
Yeah, man, I'm a big Travis d'Arnaud fan. I think he's been huge in the locker room. He obviously helped us to the World Series, called all the games during the postseason. Got nothing but respect for Travis d'Arnaud, but the guy's played like 20 games, yeah. and he has more votes, and he's somehow listed as a DH over Marcell Ozuna, who's listed as an outfielder who I think has played a grand total of like 1 or 2 games in the outfield, and he hasn't played there since his resurgence. But we have a lot to talk about in this episode. Coming up next, we're going to switch to golf before going back to the Braves and talk about the U.S. Open.